Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. So as you can see today, we're going to be having a look at the Amazon commercial 20-quart Roto molded cooler. And as always, guys, if at the ending of the video you want to purchase this cooler, make sure you check out the link in the description below. Alright, really quick before getting started, if you're not sure what a Roto molded cooler is, basically what's going on here is that you have thicker walls with more insulation on the inside, so it keeps your food cooler for a longer amount of time. So this is very beneficial if you're going to be outdoors for an extended amount of time. Now, I recently took this cooler out to the south rim of the Grand Canyon and out to the Overland Expo 2023, and it did great. Now, granted, the temperatures were 40 to about 60 degrees, so the ice lasted about 5 to 6 days. So what I wanted to do was kind of heat up the temperature anywhere between 70 to 80 degrees and see how long the ice would last in here, and that's what we're going to be doing today. And before getting into the test, what I want to give you guys is a size reference and some weight references. Now, the description in Amazon says that the length is about 19 inches, but when you measure it from where the handle sticks out from tip to tip, it's just about 21 inches. Width-wise, they have it listed at just about 12 inches, and that's just about right. And height-wise, they got it listed at 14 inches, and that's just about right. It's just a little bit past 14 inches. And just to give you a size reference, here is a 5-quart jug of oil. So if you have two of these, you would have the length of the cooler. And just to give you a different angle from the side, you can see that the 5-quart jug is almost as wide as the cooler, just a little bit of white on this side and a little bit of white on that side. And just to give you a quick weight reference, if you're wondering how much the cooler weighs dry, it's about 16 pounds. One of these guys weighs just about 9 pounds. So if you close your eyes and just imagine two of these as well, that's about how heavy the cooler is with nothing in it. Alright, let's take a quick tour around the cooler. On the lid, you have a 14-inch ruler, very sturdy steel locking handles with a comfortable foam grip. Now, what's really great about this steel handle is it locks into place. On the sides, we have these molded tie-down slats. So when you put it up like this, it locks into place. So when you're carrying your cooler, it's not swishing all over the place. And then when you have it down, you can run your tie-down straps on the side to keep it anchored to whatever you're trying to anchor it to. Now on both sides, we have stainless steel plates here to help reinforce this locking point, and just by chance, they also double as bottle openers. Here's a look at the drain plug. It's located on the right side when you're looking at the cooler. Very easy to remove. A very stout plug. Have a look at that thing there. Then lastly, in the front here, we have these very easy to use TPE T-class handles. Very easy to get your finger under here and flip it open. Very easy to lock as well. It leverages very nicely on these 2 points, and it really yanks down on the gasket on this lid to make sure you're not losing any of that precious cold air. And just to give you a look at this 15mm gasket on the inside, it is thick, and when it's pulled down, it's going to trap a lot of cold air on the inside of the cooler. Alright, here's what the internal compartment looks like of the 20-quart cooler. I've verified the measurements. It's just about 14 inches across this way. Depth-wise, this way, width-wise, it's just about 8 inches. Depth-wise, about 10.5 inches. This is how we're going to be running the experiment. Just about 9 bottled waters and about 6 sodas. And again, just to give you a size reference, you can't stack these too tall. It says that you can fit about 23 sodas in here. But remember, you have to leave room for ice. And on the topic of ice, remember, you have a lot of insulation on these roto-molded coolers. You can't just dump ice into a warm internal cooler. You have to pre-chill it. If you don't, you're going to be wasting a lot of the ice's energy cooling the internals of the cooler itself. So remember, pre-chill your cooler. Alright, let the testing begin. Room temperature, just about 80 degrees. I have another thermometer inside of the cooler. Let's have a look at that. All right, inside the cooler, about 77 degrees. All right, let's pre-chill it. All right, I got 9 bottles of frozen water, and I had a little bit of leftover ice from this 10-pound bag. We're going to close it up and get this temperature as low as possible for pre-chill. All right, we've been pre-chilling for a while now. Let's check the internal temperature. Inside, we got about 38 degrees. Remember, the lower the better. I don't think I have enough in here to get it down to 32 degrees. But remember, your refrigerator is anywhere between 42 and 46 degrees. So this is enough for food storage. So what I'm going to do next is pull all of this out, put in some pre-cooled drinks, put ice on top of here, and begin the test. Let's get started. All right, here we go. I've got 9 16-ounce bottles of water on this side and 6 cans of Diet Coke on this side. We're going to see how long it takes for this ice to completely disappear. Let the games begin. All right, here is the first ice check after 24 hours. It's still about 76, 80 degrees in this room when the air conditioning goes off and on. Maybe it gets down to 70. But right now, 76.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's check the internal temperature. All right, inside the cooler, about 38.1 degrees. Yeah, pretty cold in here. You can see the ice has gone slightly down. We can see just the top of these bottled waters here, but still plenty of ice after 24 hours. All right, guys, we're here on day 3 of checking the internal temperature on the Amazon cooler. Now, I didn't record day 2 because when I picked up the cooler, there was still a ton of ice in there, not a lot of water. But today, when I switched it around, there's more water in here. So we should see more of the water bottles. Today's room temperature is about 77.9 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's check out the internal temperature. Let's undo the clasps. This a quick yank. Now, I replaced the digital thermometer with the analog one just in case it was going to dip into the water. Now, we want to keep away from that red zone. So we're right around 42, 43 degrees, which is safe. So you can still store food in here. Let me see how much ice. That's still got ice. That's got ice. Still got ice. Ice. Still, that one's really frozen. Okay, so it looks like all of the frozen water bottles that I put in here still have ice in them. And now we can see just the top of the Diet Coke. So still hanging in there at right around 42, 43 degrees. Here we go, day 4. Room temperature, 78.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's check the internals. Sounds like there's a lot of water in there now. Yeah, almost no ice in here. No ice cubes left. Oh, maybe a little. Looks like all of the water bottles still have ice in them, so I think that's a good sign. Let's check the temperature. Looks like it's about 40 degrees, so a couple degrees cooler than yesterday. It might be because it's resting on this ice water, but this is still cool enough to store food in. We want to stay away from that red area there, so still cool enough to store food. Here we go, guys. Day 5, room temperature about 80 degrees. Let's check the internal temperature. All right, we got no ice cubes left. Temperature still hanging in there at about 42 degrees. However, I do think the ice from the water bottles is making it hang in there. But we've got no floating ice left after day 5. Temperature's still good though. Again, cool enough to store food in. We want to stay away from this red area here. So day 5, still hanging in there. Final thoughts on the Amazon Roto molded cooler? Well, it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It keeps ice retention from 3 to 5 days. Remember, I had it outdoors in 40 to 60 degree weather. It did absolutely fine. Inside, went from 70 to 80 degrees. Did fine as well. If you're going to be in hotter weather, you're probably going to need to replace the ice a lot more often. But remember, the most important thing, pre-chill the cooler. Once again, guys, this has been the Amazon commercial 20-quart Roto molded cooler. If you're going to be outdoors for any extended amount of time and you want to make that ice last as long as you possibly can, this might be a great option for you. Well, alright, guys, this is the ending of the video. Remember, if you want to purchase this cooler, make sure you check out the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.